Hello! For all you Taurus people out there, welcome. This is your Tarot reading for the days of April 30th through May 6th. And I am working with Doreen Virtue's Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. And what am I supposed to start out saying? This week is going to be a roller coaster, so hang on. Okay, so you right now are symbolized by 8 of Cups. That's a pretty card. And you're okay, I'm just going to start reading here. The Dreamer card, or the Fool, indicates that you are starting a new journey. You're at the foot, and this is happening very soon. And what's this? I don't want to see. There is an opportunity here, so you really need to keep your eyes on the prize and bring it in. You know, if you don't, either be tenacious or get past some of your self-consciousness, maybe you're going to miss that opportunity. Because it's the 4 of Cups card, which is kind of crying over spilled milk. So you want to be aware that there's an opportunity coming, and have your eyes open for what that is. On the other side, if you do this opportunity, it looks like you will experience some riches here. I'm supposed to tell somebody that they need to be aware of their competitors. So if you need to do some research, now's the time. If you need to look at the financial paper, now is the time. To look at the financial climate, now is the time. Something about, because it won't wait for any man, like the quote. Well, looks like it's a financial opportunity. It's like the tide won't wait for any man, no man. I keep hearing you need to pursue this opportunity, and better forewarned than the opposite. Letting it go by, slipping out of your fingers. They're saying about the climate, they said they've been through this before. I'm like working with a tarot being, and they said they've worked with the climate that we're experiencing right now, so the best thing to do is just to hold on. For some reason, they're showing me the picture of sand running through your fingers, and to me, like, that's the sands in the hourglass. You really need to be aware of time constraints this week. I'm hearing work is going to be strained. It's like some pent-up emotions. But there's some gains to be made. kind of like the moral of using what is perceived as, you know, like rising out of the ashes, like a phoenix. That's basically how I see that. It's a professionistic thing. If you wait for the right opportunity, it's going to slip by. That's something about they're going to miss out on a big money-making opportunity somebody else will scoop up. And then they'll be going, wow, I just let that one slip through my fingers like the sand slipping through your fingers. It feels good, but it's kind of a metaphor so that you don't panic, but you get on top of it before the sand slips through your fingers. I'm supposed to remind somebody about the validity of this message by telling them about a narrow escape. So for somebody, it's like you had a near-death experience out there, so you're supposed to, they're telling me that the life lesson that you learned that I'm supposed to remind you of is now, it was a wake-up call to get with it, to make it a better, to have the guts to make it a better world, and you get to benefit. You get to have fun and benefit as well, but with the new perspective of you're actually going to participate in making it a better world. Pretty lofty, but they say it's reachable. They're saying something about there's so many people on the same path. It's like, and they all want that. It's like they're walking along out of the desert and they desperately want to drink the fresh cooling water, and it's like they're walking to the oasis and all they can think of is that glass of water. It's like we're all walking along wanting for our thirst to be quenched, our spiritual thirst to be quenched. And then somebody's saying that it's not right to capitalize off of spiritual matters, meaning if they have like a high visible project that they're considering doing, and it just dawns on one of the stop signs is the fact that they were taught maybe in a past life that you're not supposed to profit from, you know, it's like spirituality that's free because it's from God, and they're saying, well, but if you make the world a better place, nobody's gonna wag a finger at you. You're doing that to yourself. And we need some like-minded people being visible, don't we? Okay, that's cool. So, somebody say that it's like their philosophy of life is from some grandpa. It's kind of funny. They're saying prepare for the worst, but if the worst is going to happen, you might as well enjoy yourself while you're here. It's kind of like tongue-in-cheek kind of humor. Very, very cool. Yeah, your grandpa was cool. Your parent was cool. I'm seeing a peacock, but I don't think it's NBC. I just think it's a beautiful peacock. Might be a past life, like royalty picture. But I think the message with that beautiful peacock that I'm seeing is, don't be afraid to be seen. You know, the peacocks, they were reserved for royalty. Once upon a time, they would strut around on the lawns, like Marie Antoinette style. And they're reminding me to say, if this was the last day that you had on Earth, what would you do? If this was, and you had all the resources available to you, what would you do? Would you just sit and be conservative, or would you take your resources and use them to the best of your ability? I think, you know, if this was the last day on Earth that I had, I would definitely live it for all it was worth. I take all the food out of my pantry and I make it one big fabulous feast, right? So it's kind of like that symbolically. It's enjoying, you've got the resources to do this project, so it's like green lighted already. And somebody goes, but what if it fails? But it fails, but at least you tried. And who of us all hasn't been ultra conservative? And but if it was the last day that you had to live, and I know that's kind of an extreme example, but I'm being guided to read for you from the other side, where they know more about you than I do. Again, you want to reestablish that connection before it slips through your fingers or something like that. That lost opportunity, you won't be very happy about it. They're saying, yeah, another one might come by, but this was really your mock-up, as they say in the spiritual community. Or that means a mock-up is architects used it for their blueprints. And basically that's what it is. A mock-up is a blueprint that you bring, or a manifestation that hasn't manifested yet. And you need to look for the best producer. And you need to look for a key person here. But it's a, was goaded to say producer. Yeah. And don't let the opportunity slip by. I keep hearing that. And where are we? Anything else from the other side that wants to come through? Something about if you only have the confidence to dream. It's like dream wisely. Don't allow your dreams to pass you by, then you'll have regrets. Somebody says they don't think it's a good environment to take risks, but looking at everything and doing the balancing and weighing the pros and cons, this looks like a pretty good bet. You know, put your chips down on the table and let it ride. And that being said, that wise advice for all you beautiful Taurus people, I'm going to wish you a fond farewell, and I look forward to working with you the following week. All right, and you catch me on YouTube. I'm also doing, you know, a general reading for all the beautiful signs of the horoscope. For now, love and blessings for the week. Bye-bye.